Look, until you guys are actually willing to listen to me and actually finish a sentence instead of cutting me off as soon as I say anything about the arts, production, what I was doing in the past, which basically was not goofing around or playing around. Seriously, I worked on two...
One thing. What are you doing right now?
I want to be back on set so that I know I'm not blacklisted. I need to be on a set again, and I don't need to be on a set with some NRA friend of Dad's. Do I make myself very clear to you?
And we can't cover everything.
You can't help me, and that's the problem. You guys have been such control freaks to me. You need to have me in Arizona so you're basically watching every step I make.
We've seen you in 8 years. How would you...
I don't want to see you.
We have.
I don't want to see you. That's been the whole problem. You're not willing to accept it.
I'm not giving it to you.
You need to understand
You
something.
need to work for yourself, girl, or where you're going to be end up with nothing because when we die, it's nothing. You'll get nothing.
I don't care about that. I didn't want anything from me from to begin with.
I'm telling you, Lauren, I have been telling you all ever since you've been in California.
I have been telling you since I've been in California. I didn't want to be a government agent. I didn't want to be a lawyer. I wanted to be free of that. I have been telling you since I've been in California, I don't want to see you. You have never got time to fool with me. You don't have time to have talk to me. You start yelling and screaming as soon as I say art or digital media out of my mouth.
Well, you're the one who starts yelling and screaming.
No. You won't let me finish the sentence. You cut me off and tell me you were goofing around. You were fooling around.
Because you say the same thing over and over.
And you don't listen. You don't comprehend the fact that I'm not going to be a lawyer. You don't comprehend the fact that I'm not going to work in real estate.
You're not going to be a lawyer. I just want you to get a job.
I had a job. I cared about it. You don't give a shit. I had a job. You wouldn't accept it as a job. Instead, you kept telling me, you're playing, Laura. You were fucking playing.
Well, you were.
No, I wasn't. I was working my ass off. I was working 12-hour days on sets while taking classes in digital media. I was working, and if I can't get an internship, Dad, on a set, then I can't get a job in the industry that I've been training to do for the past 10 years? You don't seem to comprehend the fact that I'm not going to fucking work for the government. I'm not going to fucking work with lawyers. What? I'm what?
We can't support you anymore.
You weren't supporting me when I was on sets. You insinuated you were. You were not paying my rent.
I had to bail you out 2 or 3 times.
Your idea of bailing me out and giving me $2,000 at Christmas when I don't want Christmas presents? Like, seriously, I didn't ask you for Christmas presents since I was, what, a kid? Because instead, I asked you to pay a bill. And you have used that against me my entire life. You bought me a car.
The only thing I've used against you is your stupidity and your ignorance.
My
Because
stupidity?
You grew up.
I grew up. I grew up to become a woman who likes the arts. I grew up to be a woman who likes acting, and you can't deal with it. You want me in a little cubicle somewhere. You want to make sure no one knows who I am. You have I got NRA people stalking me right and left and attacking me, and instead of defending me,
And if you can't go to work, you're gonna die.
then I'm gonna die because I was fucking working when I was on set, and you won't accept it as work, and it's pissing me off. I earned my fucking SAG card, and you won't let me keep it. You won't let me keep what I worked for because you think I need to what? Work as a fucking secretary for some white man like you? So he fucking hits on me and rapes me? I told you Jeremy tried to fucking rape me.
You're a socialist.
I am not a socialist. I am not a fucking socialist. I'm a Democrat, not a Republican. I would work if I had a job that I actually could care about. A socialist, Dad.
People's money, and when other people's money run out, you're gonna be in trouble. So
I don't take anyone's money but yours. Fuck you. You realize, Dad, that the entire time I worked on sets, I didn't file for unemployment. I didn't play that game. I worked. I made 100% of the money from actual work. Me being on sets, me putting in hours. And you're accusing me of being a socialist?
That I know of.
What?
You're supposed to have an education. You don't have a realistic idea of the way the world works.
You don't have a realistic idea of the way the world works. You accuse me of being crazy and a socialist. No one's going to hire me.
You haven't made it through yours, so if you don't get off your ass and get a job, you're going to be in big trouble. So bye.
You know. Do you understand the fact, Dad, that you're basically telling me that unless I get a job that involves 1950 standards, i.e., I work at a coffee shop, I work in a law office, I work in a law firm, I prove to everyone that I'm a real fucking person, I'm not allowed to be an actor? In which case, since I'm the woman of a certain age, I'm never going to be allowed to be a working actor. I have had acting jobs, Dad. I've had a short that's been in 13 festivals. Do you understand that?
How much money have you made? You haven't made a damn cent.
You want to know something? I don't give a shit, because I'd rather die with people knowing me as an actor than die as being what you want me to be, which is basically a worker bee.
If you can't learn to live, you're going to die.
Then I'm going to die, Dad. I told you when I had cancer that unless I could stay working in the entertainment industry, I wouldn't give a shit about living. And you know what? You didn't give a crap ass. And that explains why Bruce Glover of AFI kept talking about how he worked as a newspaper boy. Because I'm supposed to have little jobs I hated. I worked at a video store all through college. I worked all through when I was in grad school. I paid my rent. You haven't paid my rent at all since I stopped being working on sets. I was blacklisted. You fucker have been using me to boost your own fucking ego. Insinuating you saved my fucking life when you didn't. I worked my ass off when I had cancer, Dad. And by the way, I've been recording all of this, including the fact you called me a socialist.
You live in a dream world.
You live in a dream world where I'm going to be a fucking attorney. You've been trying to make me a lawyer since I was a kid. I'm not some manipulative, deceptive, dishonest person.
You made the decisions. I've got letters that you wrote where you made the decisions.
Letters? I haven't written letters since I was what? Back east? I've never written you a letter.
Postcard. So, I don't care what you do.
You want to know something? You sent me one of those postcards and you took it out of context, and that was when I was back east, so fuck you.
Oh, this is enough.
No, this is enough. Your wife has had a heart attack. She was in a coma. And you keep passing me off to her, and she won't let me talk to you. She's more protective of you than like a mother hen. At the same time, you're a coward. I mean, you call me all kinds of names.
I'm not a coward. You're a coward. You're a leech.
I'm not a leech. You have been describing... I'm a leech.
You're not making a living. You're not helping us, so you're a leech.
I'm not helping you. You brought me into world to what? To be your slave?
I'm going to have you arrested for harassment.
Have me arrested for harassment, Dad, but what about me having a man of my own?
You don't stop calling. I'm not putting any money in the bank for you tomorrow morning.
I don't care. I don't care, Dad, because you want to know something? You don't want me having a husband. You don't want me to be friends. You want me to become a spinster, which is pretty much told me that.
I don't care what you do anymore.
If you didn't care, then why didn't you just let me alone? Because I wasn't relying on you when I was on sets.
You're going to be crazy the rest of your life.
Good. I'd rather be than be what you want me to be.